Okay, everybody, we're going to get the meeting started. We've got Rick is sitting in for Stuart, and it looks like Bruce is going to be here for a short time to answer some questions for us. Um, do I have approval of the agenda for today?
Well, you print it out, I don't have it.
Yes.
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 Motion to approve.
Do you have another
Second.
copy?
Yes. Oh, second.
Okay. The agenda has been approved. We're going to hold public comments to the end since we don't see any public here at the moment. First thing on the agenda is to talk to Bruce about the legal opinion on the sunsets and cocktails. Bruce, we got a copy of the opinion, and to be honest, I didn't really understand it. So can you explain what the reasoning was behind this? Bruce, you with us?
I'm here. I pressed the wrong button and hung up on you,
Okay.
but I'm back.
All right. Thank you.
So here's the thing. I'm always reticent to sort of go into depth on legal opinions in a public forum. Okay, because for the obvious, privilege concern reasons. We want to keep all legal advice to the extent that we can. Protected by the attorney-client privilege and so forth. So I'm not going to, like, in this at least, go into a lot of depth as far as expressing a legal opinion on the matter. But I do have some questions about the issue so that I can maybe better advise the board on this. Okay.
Okay.
And then it will just be a matter between you and the board rather than a matter for public legal discussion here. But I do have some questions, which is, and I'll start with this. The proposal as made in the topic for discussion back in June that was part of the board meeting packet back then indicated that a fee would be charged to cover the cost of lifeguards and other staff while remaining cost effective for our attendees. So my question in regard to that is does your proposal still incorporate the charging of a fee?
Yes, of course. I mean, Family Fun Night charges a fee to cover the expense of the lifeguards and the staff. So we would do the same thing. And when I saw this, it really confused me because if Family Fun Night can charge a fee, why would that be a problem for us to charge a fee?
Okay, so my next question is, what would the fee be? Maybe you haven't determined that, but what would the fee be for this?
Okay.
That would be operations.
That would be probably operations, but to be honest, I don't understand why that's even relevant. It would be similar to what Family Fun Night is. So why would the amount charged, if we're saying it's enough to cover the expenses of the lifeguards and whatever other staff have to be there, as long as we're covering that, why does that make a difference on how much it is?
Well, I guess I will answer that question by just saying these are questions I need answers to in order to be able to advise the board. Okay, and I don't want to get into the reasons why, because that divulges to the public what would be legal, what would be legal consideration and analysis of this issue, and I don't want to do that. So I just want to ask some questions and get some answers if that's okay with you guys.
That's fine. We have questions too, so if you don't mind, it'll be a little bit of back and forth.
Sure.
To answer your question, what we would charge would be very similar to whatever Family Fun Night is.
Okay.
We're not looking to make any money. I mean, all we want to do is cover the lifeguards and the staff.
No, I got you. So when that fee gets charged, who is paying the fee, or or for how many people? In other words, if a family presents themselves for entry into Family Fun Night or this other event or whatever, are they charged a fee that's based upon the number of people in the family or not?
Yeah.
No,
No, I think
It's-
they are.
How do they do it
It-
at the other?
with Family Fun Night, I believe there's a certain charge for kids, and anybody who's going to actually get in the pool. And then there's a smaller fee for anybody who is not going to get in the pool. In fact, those people might even be free. I don't remember.
I don't know. I've never done it.
Because I thought it was by the person, because I remember talking with a family member saying it's actually pretty pricey when you
Yeah,
look
it
at,
Right.
what you have to pay for both the parents and the kids. It's an
Right.
expensive night out, they said.
What is
Right.
it? Just sort of like ballparky. What is that charge?
I think it's like 10. Yeah, I think
I
it's,
can't- you
if
have-
I remember, I think it's like $10 per person if you're going to swim.
Okay.
And that includes whether it's adult or kids.
Okay. And the
And
idea
it's
of,
probably an easy fix to find out. We just have to ask
I can find,
John, or
Look on the
Yeah, I
email
get-
for the,
Yeah,
it's
I
a
mean-
family fun night.
it's publicized.
Yeah,
yeah, I can
Can you
get an
just
answer
say
to that
you
question. I can
match?
send an
they
email.
should have it.
I would
What's
think
that?
that whatever we charge would be similar to what they do
Yeah.
on Family Fun Night. I can't imagine it would be that different.
Right. Okay. And then, the Family Fun Night, is there alcohol served at Family Fun Night? Do you know?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And how does that work? The alcohol being served, is it there are waiters out there taking orders, and then or people walk up to the tiki bar and then go from there to the pool, or
It's both.
all of the above? How does it work?
For the most part, when I've been there for Family Fun Night, people normally walk up to the pool side of the bar to get their drinks. Now, normally, Mad Ore Company has people walking around taking food and drink orders, but at Family Fun Night, they lay out a table with food that you can purchase. Now hot dogs, hamburgers, that type of thing that you can purchase along with sodas. And then you can also purchase whatever alcoholic drinks you want from the bar.
Okay. Is that the same as when the pool is always open, excluding the food?
When the pool is open, MOC has a wait staff that walks around and takes your drink and food orders, and then it's delivered to your table.
Or
So
you can
the-
go to the bar.
Or
Yeah,
you can go to the bar, but
Right.
It's it's on the pool side.
But the
It's right
Family
in the
Fun
pool
Night,
area.
so the Family Fun Night, how is it different than any other night there, other than the food?
All of it. It's open after pool has closed.
At 6 o'clock.
They
Okay, so it's
offer
open late.
food, there's music, there's a
Okay.
separate fee. It's all different.
Well, but let's go through that. It's they offer the food, that's different, correct? The way that they offer the
It's-
food is different.
Well,
It's in a
Let-
different
let's-
way.
let's back up. Normally, MOC
why didn't you check?
has wait staff that walk around the pool and you order off the regular yacht club menu.
Okay,
During Family Fun Night, they specifically have food set up at a table by the bar that you go up to and you purchase whatever food you want and whatever drinks you want.
okay, gotcha. So the food that's set up at the table is one difference between Family Fun Night and any other night at the pool, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Is
Cheaper.
on a Family Fun Night evening, is the pool open later than it would ordinarily be open on any other night?
Yes.
Yes.
How
It's
much-
open
Go ahead.
from 6 to 8, I believe,
Yeah.
is the time. And the pool closes at 5:30 on those days so that the pool can be cleared out, and then the staff is there to collect the fees when people come in. pardon me, and they don't
Right.
come in until 6 o'clock.
Okay. And so it's closed for a half an hour and then it reopens at 6. And it's
Right.
open till 8. Okay. And other than those two things, okay, and I guess on any other at any other time that the pool is open, there's a lifeguard there or lifeguard staff is there, correct?
Absolutely.
So the difference on family fun night being that some lifeguard or lifeguards have to be there for 6 to 8 versus up to 5:30.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So other than the food being set up at the table and the different hours or I'll call them extended hours, are there any other differences between what's happening at family fun night and what happened up until 5:30 on any other night?
The separate fee to get in, that's the third thing that would be different.
Right. No, I get, okay. Yep. And that's it, right?
Well, and they have music. I think it's usually a DJ, but I'm not positive.
Yeah. They all,
Which that's a separate thing. We don't have a DJ typically at the yacht club pool.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Family Fun Night always has a DJ playing music that the younger crowd likes. And again, part of the cost to get in is to cover the DJ and the lifeguards.
Okay. And I'm going to confirm this, but you all's understanding is that everybody who enters is charged a fee. In other words, if it's a family of 5, they're paying 5 fees.
Yes, if they're going in the pool. What I'm not 100% certain about is if you say you're not going to get in the pool, I'm not sure if they charge at all or what the charge would be.
Okay. All right. And all right, so we've talked about family fun night versus the regular up to 5:30 night at the pool. And by the way, all of this is just the yacht club pool, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now your sunsets and cocktails. And let me step back and just ask another sort of question, and that is, because I confess I'm not gleaning this from what I've read, but what is sort of the overriding, compelling purpose of having a sunsets and cocktails night? Because anybody can go to family fun night, of course, and anybody can go there and swim, and anybody can go there and drink, and anybody can go there and eat, right?
That's true, but in your opinion, you make a point, especially in the first opinion when this was going to be adults only, that you can't discriminate against a group of people. And right now, there is no event for singles, couples, or retirees that would prefer to hang with that group. And that's what kind of prompted the idea for Sunsets and Cocktails. No, a year ago, we said, let's do an adults only. And you came back, rightfully so, saying that's illegal.
I don't get that.
So the new thought was, we're not going to do adults only. It'll be open to everybody, just like Family Fun Night. The difference is going to be the music's going to be a little more appropriate for an older group. The food is not going to be hot dogs and hamburgers, but Matt Ort would make special hors d'oeuvres or items for this event. And again, it would be open to anybody that wanted to come, but the music and food and the drinks would be more adult
Leaning.
adult leaning. Yes.
Themed.
If you can think of it this way, if you don't have kids, it's pretty unlikely you're going to go to family fun night. There's a gazillion kids there and they're wild and crazy and having a great time. This is kind of the same concept. You want to bring your kids, but they're probably not going to have a good time. and you're going to have to pay for them to get in. This time, instead of being geared towards kids, it's being geared towards adults, any age adult who wants to come. They want to bring their kids, bring your kids. That's not a problem. But your kids are probably not going to have a good time. But just like as an adult whose kids don't live with me, I wouldn't have a good time if I went to family fun night. It's the same concept.
Okay. I understand what you're saying. I mean, I'm not going to say I completely agree with those points, but I understand what you're saying. So, and that's what I was looking for, is a better understanding of what your thought processes are in that regard.
Okay. And Bruce, in your opinion, basically you were saying that this is very much like an adults only event. And we made sure that in everything we sent to the board for this new proposal is not an adults only event. Anybody is welcome, just like a family fun night. And a fee will be charged, just like family fun night, so that we can pay for the DJ and the lifeguards. It'll be a similar fee. The event will be similar. The only difference is, the music's going to be a little different and the food's going to be a little different.
Okay. How long have we had the family fun night in existence?
Well,
Yeah, a couple of years.
Yeah.
for,
Pre-pandemic for sure.
yeah, probably at least 10 years, if not longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And remember, the yacht club pool used to be adults only before Brett decided he wanted to change it because he wanted to have drinks at the bar while his kids were at the pool.
Uh-huh.
And we understand that once it was changed, couldn't go back. But a lot of people do miss that. So this is a way of allowing a segment of the community that has no other specific events tailored toward them to go out and enjoy an evening with similar people.
Understood. So that answers my questions that I had. And I'll just take it under further consideration and then provide some advice to the board on this.
Okay, that's great. But again, please understand that everything that you put in your opinion that would cause us not to be able to do this is exactly the same thing that's happening at Family Fun Night. So that's where the difference is. In your opinion, you basically repeat more than once that this is the same basic problems that we had with adult only night, and it's not adult only night. Families are welcome. You question the cover charge. It's going to be the same as a family fun night. The alcohol, you actually question whether the yacht club license covers the pool. Well,
It does.
it's been covering the pool since Ocean Pines was established. So, that's why we had such confusion and concern, because nothing in the document seemed to indicate a true legal reason not to have this.
Well, I understand that that's your view, but I'm not going to quarrel with you in a public forum. I mean, it's not my job, and it's also not serving the interests of either the board or the association for us to sort of debate the issue publicly like this. So I hear you. I understand your points. You've answered all of my questions, and all I can say is that I'll consider the matter further and then advise the board accordingly. And then maybe at that point, my opinion would be public.
Okay, I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
It wasn't our intent to quarrel. Our intent was to clarify and seek clarification. So we appreciate that you did that.
Yep, absolutely. And of course, I'm not really in a position to answer your questions until I've considered the answers to my questions further and then analyze the thing a bit further. Otherwise, I'd be answering your questions now, but I'm just not in a position to do that. So,
Okay. Will the board have your new opinion before the next meeting?
before the September 28 meeting, possibly. But it's going to be up to the board whether to put it on the agenda for that meeting as well.
Okay, that's fair.
Fine.
All right, Bruce, I appreciate
And
you
I assume-
coming
I
and talking
assume
to
that-
us.
And by the way, I assume at this point, there's not really any rush since we're closing down a season here.
That's true, but if we get the go-ahead, it's gonna take some planning to pick dates and days of the week and all that type of stuff. So we don't want to drag it on too long before we get a final opinion from you.
Understood.
Okay, thanks again for coming.
Thanks for giving me the opportunity to be at your meeting. Appreciate it.
Okay,
All right. Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Curious, did you send this to him?
I sent it
That was
to Rick,
Russ.
but I didn't send it to Bruce.
Oh.
This one. No, I didn't have any communication with Bruce at all until now. So this went to the board and the board thankfully asked Bruce to come and answer the questions for us today. So that's a good start. Okay, moving on. We early last year mentioned, because I got a letter from a pool member, that the ladder steps of the yacht club pool were slippery.
Mm-hmm.
And we were told that, actually by Kathleen while she was still here, that she would look into it and either get the steps replaced or
To put the
were
little rubber
re-
stuff on.
or
right?
repaired or something. They decided to go with a non-slip tape on the steps. They apparently were delayed in getting the tape for a while. When it finally came in, they tried it on one of the ladders, but apparently the tape needs a curing time. So because the pool was still open, they took the ladder out, dried it off, put the tape on it, and then put the ladder back in the water. The tape isn't sticking. So over the winter season, they will put tape on all of them. It'll cure properly, and hopefully that'll take care of the issue. If it doesn't, the next step would be to replace the steps on the ladders. So,
Would it be worth it to do that on all the ladders, on all the pools? Because I would think that if they're slippery on the yacht club, they're probably slippery on the other pools, no?
that is probably a good argument, and I think what they might come back and say is, let's find out if the tape works.
Oh, I'm sure that
First.
makes sense, yeah.
And then let maintenance handle it, not
Yeah.
us.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just wondering, I think I'm wondering out loud, if they're slippery at the yacht club, are they slippery at the other pools too?
And there probably are.
Yeah,
You know. So anyway, Aquatics is addressing that issue. So hopefully next year we'll be in better shape. Any other comments on that?
Well, Danny, watching this last, with, the two gentlemen from the board, they seem to not know anything about the fun night and, as part of a board member, one has to look at everything. You go to the golf, you go to the different things that go on in Ocean Pines. That's part of your job as a board member. So,
well, Bruce isn't a board member,
Yeah,
he's just
Bruce
a
is,
pool
yeah.
attorney.
so attorney's fine, but what I meant is attorney and the board member. The questions they were asking, they seemed like they never heard of this before. And even, yeah.
Well, he did consult with the board. The board
I
should have
don't-
had some
I don't know,
feedback.
did
for him.
he? Did he consult with the
Well,
board?
you sent the thing to the board and they
I'm,
shared with
I'm,
him. and-
I'm assuming, I don't know for
Oh,
sure,
okay.
you know.
Okay. So would it be helpful to get that information from a flyer or something like that about the family fun night so that everybody would be on the same page about how it's done?
Yes, I'm gonna pull up the website
That's a good
and
idea.
specifically look
Yeah.
at Family Fun Night, and I'll send that
CC them.
to Rick.
CC them what you got.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
yeah, and that way Bruce
Thank
has
you.
got that as well. All right, moving on to Maria's visit to a couple of the pools and some of the maintenance items that she found. The first one that I think really needs to be addressed is the beach club pool. And Maria took some nice pictures to show some of what's going on.
Mm,
I would want to go back because I know some of these items were supposedly being
Taken care of,
addressed
right.
over the last several weeks. But I think this is something that we need to send to the board, even if some of the items have already been taken care of. We need to send it to the board. And I would like to suggest that we also make a proposal that the board look at a full rehab of the building. I mean, I don't think tearing it down is the right move. That was suggested in the past, but it needs an upgrade. It needs paint. It needs,
There's a mold problem here.
there's some mold around. There's a number of things. So I'm going to finish a draft proposal for the board for this and get it out to everybody. And once I get it back, if everybody agrees with it, then we'll send it to the board.
Mhm.
Okay.
What did you call it? A fall what?
Full rehab.
Rehab. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And that, to be honest, could happen in stages where, you know, they decide they're gonna
Yeah.
paint, they're gonna, you know, move some of the doors that are in bad shape, or they're gonna improve, whatever. But it needs attention. And with the money that's being spent on golf and racket
Pickleball.
sports and all of that, this has needed attention for a while. So we'll go ahead and keep moving on that.
Just as a footnote, and stuff like this, if the county sent the health department,
They're probably having an
it
issue.
would be loaded.
Yeah. And that's
Then you
something,
have to do things.
yeah, and that's something we can just put forward in the proposal. There's also some issues at the swim and racket. Some of those, I know John said he's going to be addressing, but I'd like to have a second proposal for attention there as well. And again, I will get a draft proposal together and get it out to everybody, and then everybody can make whatever changes, whatever they think are needed, and then we'll get that to the board. I would like to do both of those before the board gets into their budget.
Yeah.
Because
that's
these
it
things,
too. Right.
yeah, and that's coming up soon. So I will be working on this this coming week and try to get it out to everybody before the end of next week.
Okay.
Okay.
I know we have Rick still on. I don't know who the
Yeah,
other
Rick.
person is.
Is Rick still
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, I'm here.
No, I don't know. There's another individual, 443-504, maybe 4107.
Me, that's Tracy.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
Tracy.
okay, thanks, Tracy. I just,
Hey, guys.
Tracy's like,
I needed to know who it was for the minutes. That's why I was asking. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Just-
No, you're good. I was just on mute listening to all of this.
Okay.
It
Okay,
was by amongst us.
Okay, so, I have the strategic plan for the pools here, aquatics. And it does say, 2025 swim and racket pool concrete pad. Is that what we have a picture of here? I'm wondering.
at swimming racket,
Oh, is this swim and racket? Or that Mumford's, I think that's Mumford's.
No, there is no Mumford. It's either
no,
the
that's
pool.
swimming racket.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
so is
Right.
was this what the picture is about, this pavement area?
Yeah, that is these children's
That's the,
pad.
Okay,
the,
so,
pad. So that's swimming racket.
okay, so it does have it for 2025, swim and racket pool, concrete pad.
Okay,
That's
well,
a scheduled thing, so,
Well, that could be the pad all the way around the pool.
Yeah.
Because this is specifically, the, what do they call it? The
Splash
splash
pad.
Splash
pad.
pad.
yeah. Well, if they have that on the agenda, I think doesn't it mean they have budget for it? I mean,
Or that
for the,
they're gonna
for
be,
the, strategic plan.
yeah, they should.
Okay,
Yeah.
So,
And if they're gonna do that, they ought to go over to the yacht, not the yacht club, to,
Pool.
the,
Beach one?
no, the indoor pool.
Oh.
Because the outdoor
Sports
pad, on sports court, the outdoor pad on that is cracked all over the
The
place.
concrete.
Yeah, the outside.
Outside.
So that's something else we can
Oh.
put,
it says here 2024, sports core pool sidewalks. Is that what you're talking about? Is that
no,
outside the pool?
no, that's
That's
outside the
outside
pool.
the
Yeah.
pool.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's in bad shape too.
You as your entrance.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so they think
Oh, I
they are
didn't notice
already, I think there's money designated for them if they're on the strategic plan. I could be wrong, but that's why I think they made it onto the strategic plan.
Okay.
So.
Well, that's good. So,
Just so-
and that's on the website, right? The strategic
Oh,
plan?
yeah. It's under, manager.
Okay,
It's a compilation of all of the strategic plans for the community.
okay.
So it's interesting.
Going on to new suggestions, I think we're going to propose once again evening classes at Mumford's Landing, but we're going to emphasize that this would be evenings after the pool closes.
Adults.
Adult evening classes after the pool closes. I don't know if I'm going to say adults only.
No.
but-
It's
Do they-
understood.
But did
You
they
don't
say
need-
that? Did they say that in the,
I don't believe so.
No,
No. I
Oh,
would
you
ju-
mean
in the activity guide?
I
in the
think,
activity guide.
no, I don't believe so, but
Okay.
I think maybe what you want to say is the current aquatics classes that are offered during the day, because
That
only,
covers it.
yeah, because only adults go to that. It doesn't say only adults can go to it. That's only adults do go. And so I wouldn't get into the adult stuff anymore. I would just absolutely
Okay,
drop that
doesn't work.
verbiage. And,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I am still hearing about dismay that why can't we get this back? We used to have it. I'm still,
Oh, I think it'd be so popular.
yeah, I'm still hearing that from folks, and
So then, there'd be a fee for that.
well, they're paying the fee to take the class,
Yeah.
or they're paying the fee to drop in on the class, and that doesn't go away. You're just moving the location, and for some of the classes, changing the time up. So, for instance,
Oh,
like
so-
Total Body Workout with Jen, which is one of the most popular ones. That's usually, there is a fee. It's in our activities book, and it's offered in the mornings at the indoor pool. So this would maybe be where we take one or both of Jen's classes. One is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, one is Tuesday, Thursday, and move those over to
evening.
the evening over in the outdoor pool.
So in other words, people with memberships
Mhm.
where this is Are these included?
No,
No,
but membership
No.
gets a
discount.
slight discount. I
Okay.
think it's $1 less.
Oh, okay. And then,
Yeah.
of course, drop-ins.
Yeah, and then drop-ins, right?
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Um,
that's really like such a frequent request. It's,
Sure, yeah.
I
yeah,
mean, it was very popular, and to be honest, it'll raise money for aquatics. Because when we last had those classes, we had at
Oh,
least
full.
20 to
Gotta
25
pay the
people.
instructor,
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, at least, yeah.
so there has to be a charge.
right.
You'll get more drop-ins also. You know, you won't get as
Sure.
many people signing up, and so we shouldn't be dismayed by that, because that's, in the summer, you get a lot of the, vacationers and weekenders who they'll come for a drop-in.
Mhm. Okay.
I
sounds
think
good.
we should put posters outside the pools, all the pools, advertising it, just, little laminated
Mhm.
advertisements about the
Yeah.
classes. And I think we'd get a lot of drop-ins if we do that,
Yeah.
and people knew about
Good
it.
idea.
Well, once we get approval, we'll
Right.
work on flyers and posters and all
Right,
sorts of
right.
other stuff. All right, moving on, the last item is from Vivian, talking about the
Didn't know.
plastic straws and utensils that are used at the yacht club and the beach club specifically. The problem we have as a committee is Ocean Pines cannot dictate to Matt Work Company that he would have to change this.
Mhm.
I'm not sure exactly how the suggestion would go from us to the board to Matt Work. Rick, can you give us some insight to that? Is there a way to let MOC know that there are people that are concerned about the plastic straws and utensils that are wind up blowing all over the pool areas? Is there a way to properly process this information to Matt?
I mean,
Is
it
there
can, it can, the concern can be given to Matt, through operations. However, from what I understand, Maryland doesn't have a ban on, plastic straws and other things at this point, as of yet. So I don't think that we can dictate to him, which is not a law. If there was a Maryland law
Right.
that stated that,
Mm-mm.
that we have to go to plastic straws or plastic wares or what have you, then yes, absolutely a change. If it's something that, we want to be eco-friendly or what have you, we could recommend that to
Mhm.
men, and that it's gonna be up to Matt or company from their operating perspective, to see if that's feasible to do. But I
Don't you-
can't,
do you-
I can't ask. I mean, we can do that, but we cannot
Right.
dictate Matt to change what
Right,
he is
we
doing.
Right, we
And
understand.
we
that.
understand that.
Yeah.
Really, I'm just looking to make sure that it's proper for us as a committee to
Mhm.
send the concern to the board, and then the
Sure.
board can do whatever they feel best with it.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, definitely. I mean, it is a concern. A valid concern. But I just wanted to pass on caution to that. But I would have no issues as far as that being presented forward, if the committee would like to send that through the liaison, and then that would go to operations, and then John would have that conversation with Matt Ort to see if that's something
Okay.
that would be feasible to do.
Okay, great. Well, then
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and Vivian, I'm going to ask you
All
to
right.
kind of
Yeah,
look over what I put on the agenda,
Okay.
and let's see if we can get it worded the best way possible.
I'm just thinking that when we do submit that proposal to our liaison, maybe we can encourage our liaison to sponsor this at a board meeting, to encourage the board to then take it to John and then to Matt. Because I think if the liaison simply hands it to John, which is fine. I just think if the board is if the board indicates that they think it's important enough that they should pass this on to John, I think that will have more, it will add more strength to our request. Otherwise, I sort of feel like it will get lost in multiple other requests. So it'd be nice to have the board backing on something like this.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll put the proposal together.
Mhm.
We'll send it to Rick and to the liaison. And hopefully there'll be a discussion at one of the board meetings.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
I
I just think it will
something to
carry a
keep
little
in
bit more
mind-
strength.
I'm sorry,
Sorry,
Tracy,
something to
say it
keep in
again.
mind- I was going to say, I think something to keep in mind with this is if you take people's straws, you're going to get as many complaints from people because they took their straws away as the people who are complaining about it. So just putting that
Do
out
paper
there
straws.
that you can't make everybody
Well,
happy all the time.
Maybe we could ask them to consider paper straws, or maybe we could consider them to not automatically give a straw with every single beverage, but instead to say, if you like a straw, let us know kind of thing. I mean, a lot of restaurants in Ocean City
They're not
are
doing it.
are
yeah.
doing that now. They're either not giving you a straw,
Right.
and if you request one, they'll give it to you, or they only offer paper straws.
Right.
There's also a couple places that have some sort of hollow pasta, almost like a piece of
Yeah, I've
spaghetti.
seen those, yeah.
That's hollow, and they use that as a straw.
Right.
Now, I don't know where the
interesting.
heck you get those, but
But at
it
least
was
it's
interesting.
environment friendly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least it breaks down.
Yeah.
And doesn't kill sea turtles.
Or you can
And-
eat it.
And to be honest, the thing that I see blowing around more, when you get food at either of those facilities, they give you a little plastic wrapped
Mm-hmm.
utensils, plastic
Right.
utensils.
The plastic
Like
that
in
goes
the-
on
It's got
that. Yeah.
napkin in it and
Yeah,
something and
yeah.
all that.
That saran kind
Yeah.
of thing is
Yeah.
everywhere.
But that blows all over the place.
And that stuff, I don't know for sure, but I don't believe it breaks down.
So what's an alternative to that?
Well, that's a good question. Probably a paper or cardboard utensils. Now, how you would wrap them up and give them, I
Well,
don't
take
know.
it back years ago when they didn't have that.
They didn't
And then
have-
here was your fork and here,
Yeah,
this is your fork.
and they do make biodegradable
That is all new stuff.
cutlery now.
Yeah.
It feels sort of like plastic, but it's biodegradable.
Yeah.
And I mean, I would imagine it costs more and that could be a problem, but at least you're not getting that cellophane stuff all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, even if it was just a different wrapping, you're saying
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Environmental friendly.
Right, yeah, I mean, I have seen cutlery come in like a little paper bag.
Mhm.
So, I mean, there must be other companies that do, it's an operational decision.
Yeah,
All we can do is make the recommendation.
Okay.
Yeah, people complain, then you just have.
It doesn't look nice when you see it also
No, of
flying
course
around.
not.
It's right along the fence line,
Oh, it catches it from the wind.
Yeah. But then eventually, it does make its way into the canal and into the
Yeah,
bay and then finally,
absolutely. All
it's
that's
just,
changing.
yeah.
Our life has to change.
Well, we live on the water. We should be stewards of the water.
Absolutely.
I am.
Okay, anything else that is important before we have another meeting?
How do you want to do these proposals? Like, I was wondering, we always have trouble with the charging document because it doesn't feel like it's the right venue to do a proposal, but I kind of wonder if that's what the board is always looking for, is a charging.
I think so, and
What's it gonna cost?
I know it, but it's not that.
In-
I know it's,
in the last couple we've put together have been
they've been on
in
charging
charging
document.
document
Okay,
format.
What charging document are you using?
the one that the board, it's online.
I think I did send you one that we were using at the
Yeah, and I
other committee.
believe I kind of,
I think it was a little more specific.
Mm-hmm. So is there more than one charging document on the
Well, I
OPA
just
website.
revised that to make it. Yeah. Oh, this is the one you have.
Well,
See,
that was the original one. The one that you sent was a little different and I thought I read kind of,
this is basically the similar, very similar, yeah.
I guess it's the other one.
Same thing, really. This is really the last one I did, but that covers everything.
So, I mean, if somebody wants to volunteer to do a particular proposal, that's fine, and we'll send it out to the whole committee, or, you know,
I'll do the straw, the plastic, since that was
Okay. Okay,
my thing.
all right, that sounds good. Whenever you get that done,
Okay.
send it to me and then I'll get it out to everybody. And we can all make our recommendations for changes, and
Okay, sounds good.
when everybody agrees, we'll send it. So I think that one's important to do soon. I think that the other one that's important is to get out the maintenance stuff, so it's ready before the budget, starts being considered. And I'm gonna pull up
Yeah.
all of that.
Because I
and
don't think they religiously look at this. They just write it and then it just
Right.
goes into the universe.
Right.
As many strategic plans go.
And it'll be interesting to see what we hear back from groups.
You know, they don't say when they created the strategic plan. It could have been 10 years ago. We don't.
Um,
Could have been 20, could
You
have
know,
been 50.
Oh, it's not dated?
Well, it's the
So,
first thing they have on schedule there is, well, 2022. So I guess they did it in
not too old.
2022. So that's not too bad.
Mm.
But
Usually you do them, I think, like every 5 years.
the question really, one of the questions is, what's real maintenance? And then what are things that really have to be replaced? Those are two different budgets. Not that, I mean, we're gonna decide anything on it, but,
Right.
you know, the maintenance. Well, when you send all this, they'll have all the documentation about the maintenance, so,
Right.
okay.
All righty.
Anything else? A motion to adjourn,
Make the motion.
and Vivian seconded it.
I second
Okay.
it.
Okay, thank you, Tracy.